Dámy a pánové, vítám vás zpátky u Forgotten City. Jsme zpátky v nějakým takovém kapesním Římě, I guess. Nebo... Není tohle... Ne, já jsem přemýšlel, jestli to není spíš jakoby víc řecký, ale asi ne, že jo, asi to bude. Asi to budou Římani. No, posledně jsme tadyhle jako potkali cápka s lukem. A on se nás snažil zabít, což vytrigrovalo bohy, nebo toho jednoho boha. A jako porušil tím The Golden Rule a všechno to tady začalo jít do sraček, protože všichni budou trpět za hříchy jednoho, nebo jak to, nepíšou to tady? A oni to píšou rovnou tady. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one, řekl jsem to víceméně. Dobře, pro pekáta... jo, pro pekáta. Tadyhle, co je tadyhle? Jo, tudy to jde k tomu týpkovi, co tady žije v jeskyni někde. Co je tohle? Statue of a woman. Ale tohle je zase řecká, ale tak já nevím, co se mi to tady děje. Probably of the goddess to whom this temple is dedicated, perhaps a local Greek resident knows more about her. Dobře. Těší mě. Tadyhle se nám trošku sesypal nějaký oltář. Počkej, já to chci projít tady, když už jsem tady. To je nějaký malinký tržiště, to vypadá. Silphium resin. Extremely valuable ancient Roman remedy for various afflictions. Leaf item. Určitě to nechci brát, zvlášť teď, když víme, že Golden Rule je real. Můžu to jít říct tomu, Mephistovi, nebo The Stone Gate with holes in it, perhaps there's another layer of the city under the forum. No, teď jsme byli v té cisterně, jakoby, tak víš, že tady je něco dalšího. Můžu mu podat ruku? Jo. Dyes for coloring clothing, they appear to be extracted from plants and insects. Okay. Prázdná truhla, postel, můžu se tady vyspat? Tady se můžu schovat a špehovat na rozhovory. Georgiusisis. Čest. Krásce nevyplácí. Proč je vás tady tolik? Kde jsou všichni? Accusatory note? Vergil, do you really want to be responsible for the sin that destroys us all? A note insinuating that Vergil is a sinner. A pair of bellows used for blowing air into the furnace and help raise the heat. Shovel. Smells like ash. Já myslím, že chápu, co je lopata. Kde jsou všichni do píči? Další accusatory note. Vergil, they may not see you yet. They may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. Vergil, I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer for your sins. Kde pak je Vergil? Já bych si s ním rád promluvil. Vergilius. Sinner. Pekator. To je Vergilius. Co to bylo za Ovidius to bylo? Ne, do píči. Ten v božský komedii, že jo? To byl Ovidius. Který tam týpka provází tím peklem, že jo? Moment, to si musím rychle vygooglit. Publius Vergilius Maro. To byl on. Já už jsem asi zjistil, proč tady nikdo není, protože oni už jsou ty volby. It's time, the election is on. Já jsem to tady prozkoumával tak dlouho, až prostě se staly volby. Loaf of bread. Ten si můžu vzít, loaf of bread je tady zdarma pro všechny údajně. Roman recipe for bread. General's pinch of yeast, a pinch of salt, 2,5 cups of warm water, 1 pound of flour. Hele, jakoby dělat chleba je jako jednoduchý, doslova to všechno smešneš dohromady a jsi dobrý. Stone mill. Secundus and Citera were together until the end. Oh. Locked. Shopping list. Je to. Oni jsou volby, já jdu pozdě na volby. Kamu, já jsem to tady ještě neprozkoumal prostě.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. I said, hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
Vergil.
And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Follow Sentius back to the shrine and use his portal again. Tak, tentokrát se nezabít a tady se ale zase zabiju. Ježiši. Ah! Au! Já hodnej! Ah! O můj bože. Je to jako Interstellar. Ask Ulpius how Centilla would feel about his suicide. Jo, to se stalo teď. Main goal completed. Okay.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina? I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Já jsem tě viděl před 5 minutama. Your name is Galerius and you're about to offer to take me to Centius so he can tell me about the Golden Room.
I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Zipline handlebar. Rudimentary wooden zipline. Díky.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking.
A když ne?
And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably. All right, see you around.
Tak mám zkusit toho týpka teda nejdřív? Když už jsem tady. Já se chci o něčem přesvědčit nejdřív, ale když už jsem tady. Ty peníze se stakujou, tak pojď. Já to můžu vykrást kolikrát ten budu chtít. Teda vypadá to tak, ne? Doufám. To je i když... Aha. Tady sice neskončím v jezeře, ale dobře. Já bych strašně rád zjistil, jak mám líst po liánách. Jako opička. No, takže za svoji první návštěvu jsme toho moc neudělali. Počkej, safe? Ty na mě nemluv.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia.
Já vím.
Welcome to life under the golden rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Wolf-Pierce, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius.
We're all in this together.
If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Fair.
Please, Ulpius.
Jako mood.
Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never...
A Scintilla je ta, co utekla teda, že jo?
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact, and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that. No. No. Time's up. I am out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Wee! Ah!
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Did you just leap into my villa?
No jasně, vole.
100 feet above?
Ano, pane.
That was either extremely well. Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Jakoby...
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden rule.
Já jsem to viděl. Zatkneš Cynthia za zradu a odsudíš ho k smrti gladiátorským kombatem. Protože jsem to viděl.
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow.
Právě jsem se sem dostal, ještě jsem s ním nemluvil.
Enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here. You outstayed your very limited welcome.
Dobře. Ale já tě prásknu. Nemám ten klíč už náhodou. Proč furt slyším Malleoluse, jak se připravuje na řeč? Co to je? To je Julia? Ježišmarja. A collection of barbaric looking medical implements including forceps and shears. Locked. Proč je všechno zamčený? Mortal and pestle. Haven't changed much in the last 2 millennia. A wooden rack containing various dried and ground substances. Můžeme tady dělat to, alchemii? Ježišmarja, pindík. Large stone statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, among other things. Bysta, ovoce, mrtvola. Čau! S tebou jsem měl mluvit o něčem.
Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned.
A já vím jak.
She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culas cumulates Decius won't give it to me.
Kdo je Decius? Co je Silphium? Řekni mi, co mám dělat. A kdo je Decius?
It's too late. She just slipped away. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of Silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule.
Já to můžu
So
udělat.
all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
That snake's black eyes? Tak já jsem tomu Ulsiovi, nebo jak se jmenoval, jsem neviděl do očí, že? Jestli to má být vůbec on.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that Silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Sentius suspect Lucretia. Ne.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Seleucia on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. The one they call Ironclads. If we have to. Whatever.
Já bych chtěl settings, audio. Voices trošku jako zesílíme, 99 na 100 to nejde. OK. Hudba je jako sice hezká, ale já už jsem... apply changes. Přijme to teď.
If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation? Can't talk long. Same way as everyone else.
A to je? Tak jo, tak mi to neříkej, dobře.
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious? Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now. If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
S čím díluješ, třeba ti můžu pomoct.
None of your business. In Troite ipsam commensula.
Kam?
If we have... I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I've lived through a pandemic.
I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. Well, we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is.
Seš na to ready, ale nevíš, co to
And
je.
when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned. I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when
Yep.
we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it. Of course I am. Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin.
Oh.
How's he going to protect us?
Tak já bych řekl, že ji jako ochránil, víš co, to, že utekla, není jako, že by ji neochránil, nebo jako práčko.
No.
Got it.
Whatever.
A dobře, tadyhle byl nějaký ten pekař, který tady není.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Georgius.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I.
Jo.
And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
Hail? My nation doesn't exist yet.
Is this a riddle, or perhaps you mean to say you feel like you are ahead of your time? I feel the same way. Another reason for us to stick together. We will have much time here
We
to
should
get to
stick
know one
together.
another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
Ano, teď mluvíš mým jazykem, bratře.
My story? How kind of you to ask.
Stejně
I
to
am
jsem
a
musím
tailor and
stáhnout.
I run the humble shop in the forum. You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule, and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all? I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Fair enough. To je přesně to, co bych mu na to řekl.
A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself. I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and droning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa. Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am. Anything you like. Shh! Not so loud! What are you playing at?
Já se jenom ptám.
Have you not been told about the last attempt?
Ne.
Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. It is a long story. Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
Ale já jsem nepřišel z bathhouse.
They have. I am getting to that.
Sorry.
There was an attempt made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice saying the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place. And so I say, it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
God?
Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate. Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands until at last the other gods were forced to act lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The golden rule has merely brought it into focus. If we are to survive, I say we must each keep the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, "Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing."
Amen.
It does, doesn't it? But it is not enough for us to do this alone. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act. Ah, the voice of experience. I am sorry for your loss, my friend.
Asi nemusíš.
A lighter note, I will say one thing for the golden rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing, do they not? That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus.
Ne, to nedělej.
I would not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way. Nothing comes to my mind, my friend. I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Vergil? Těší mě.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil.
Jsi
I've
Francouz?
done a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death. I wish we could have met under better circumstances. Well, I'm an architect.
Architekt?
Or at
That
least
must
I
be.
was back in Rome.
Rome?
That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
No to si píš, že chci.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines, they're constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
A to je ten... tadyhle kousek na cestě do těch lázní? Ten, ve kterém je socha nějaký řecký bohyně.
I'm not sure. It could mean that the Romans, who first started building here, were just copying Greek architecture, which they do all the time. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell. Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm.
To zní jako akvadukt.
Below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
If they bring water into the city, could we use them to escape?
Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
Do té cisterny? Jo, upper cistern. A creative way. Tell me about the temple up on the bluff.
You mean the great temple?
Thunder Bluff.
This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
To zní jako, že by mě to mělo velice zajímat.
Of course.
Na to jsem se ptal? Ne.
You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question.
Po každý?
But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Golden Rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway.
Má hairstyle jako Vito Scaletta.
Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Novio Magus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans. Some people say it's divine, the work of a god, but I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
Já si to myslím, ano.
Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. And it seems leaving may not be an option. Good question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought. Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You like men?
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
Sorry.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Hele, Vergile, tak si někdy zajdeme do lázní a dáme si vínko a bude nám dobře.
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too.
Já vím, čet jsem je.
Strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type.
Fair.
So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultists?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year.
Tak já zatím jenom o té Oktávy, že jo?
All I know is if
To je
these
Škodovka.
threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Ale to se tomu jejich bohovi taky nebude líbit. A víc než to, co děláš ty.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
To samý si myslej oni o tobě. Ask merchants in the forum,
Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision. My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
Ne, já se ptám, jestli je něco, co bys... nějaký důkaz, s kterým bys změnil svůj názor. Ježišmarja, to bylo vyčerpávající. Jo, vodně já mám sehnat tu píčovinu.
Hey Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last
Bow?
time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Kam jdeš? Mluv se mnou.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius.
Ty vypadáš crazy.
Terrible shame what happened to Julia. But we just have to carry on, don't we?
Začneme Vergilem asi.
I'm afraid. But I did overhear Fabia telling Georgius she saw something.
Kde je Fabia? To je zase další Škodovka. Jo, jo, to je tamta, jo. What's your story?
How did I end up here?
No.
That is a lengthy tale.
Já mám čas, já mám doslova všechen čas na světě. Já mám tolik času, že se ten čas opakuje.
Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, hoping to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done. Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money.
To je
So I put my
příšerný.
hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber.
Fair, to si zasloužíš. So you took her... Já ne.
Naturally, I dived in after it, hoping to salvage my fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Tell Equita some people mention to river. No teď jsem to chtěl jakoby říct, že ten Krejčí Georgius taky mluvil o tom, že prostě vyplavil z Tiberu. Commiserations.
Thank you, friend. But it turns out it might have been a stroke of good fortune, because this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here. I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking. It's terrible for inflation is what it is.
Braška.
There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow.
A co s ním budeš dělat?
Top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk. Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet. No need to decide on anything yet. Just sleep on it, yeah?
Kámo, zbraně jsou nelegální.
Malleolus.
Kámo, proč všichni volají Malleoluse?
Keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
Fair.
Not going to happen.
Okay. Fair.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
Your price gouging over life-saving medicine. What is wrong with you?
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what? You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands. She claimed the statues were whispering to her.
Já
Nobody
tak
else
slyším.
could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this silphium or not?
Jo.
Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want?
Take it and run. I suppose you're right. Is that what you want? If not, hand them over now. You don't know that for sure. I talk my...
Don't you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
One of you idiots did
Pardon. Já se omlouvám, ale bylo to, musel jsem to udělat. Střílej po mně. Aha. A mě by zajímalo, co tam je. Ona tam blokuje tu cestu. Au. Já to koupil. Čau. Jo.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here.
Kámo, já nemám čas.
You seem very lost, and it live by our law.
Neboj se o mě, vím, co dělám.
All right, friend, suit yourself. Just don't do anything too reckless till you've spoken with Magistrate Sentius in his villa down there. See you around.
Jo, čus. Skip the city tour. Čau.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water.
Ježišmarja, já nevím vůbec, kudy běžím, ale... Ale jsem tady. I made it.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium.
Já to mám.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you.
Na nic se neptej, prostě to vem.
Hopefully in a moment she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing and at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Mohla bys to říct tak. Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
A what? I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. I think it's your accent because it sounded like you said time traveler. But whatever kind of traveler you are, that was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments.
No, to doufám.
And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need.
A teoreticky nemohl by to být ten týpek, co to? Co je blázník? Tím lukem právě, jako ty black eyes. Tak jo, what's your story?
And I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician.
Street.
This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
One of you? Já jsem tady zachránil život.
My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
Další.
It's all right. Say what you will about this place, at least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Všechny, nebo jako ne všechny asi, většinu z nás to vyplavilo u řeky, než jsme se dostali sem. Ale taky údajně týpka, co jsem šel přede mnou, co to nezvládl a oběsil se. Why are you working out of a shrine?
This shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation.
Okay.
One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Jo, jako revma, jasně, chápu. Kdo?
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary.
Je to
He's
ten
become
gladiátor?
so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
I'll see what I can do.
I suppose. I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine. A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
Zajímavé. Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal.
No.
There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician.
Okay, to
She
jsem
was the
slyšel.
closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, but I really wish I could reach her. One of my... He's become so irritable that the smallest... I just know Nevia would know. Thanks, Sure.
Do you think she was poisoned or was it
Do
self-inflicted?
you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Gladly.
I'll
That's
be
a
going.
shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
Ah! Ciao!
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose.
Mám spoustu
Was there
otázek.
something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest.
Klidně si na to lehni, já nepotřebuji, abys u toho stála.
As much as I'm grateful that you tried to help me, it's just not safe for me to talk about it. Please, no more questions.
Ježišmarja. I want to know how someone poisoned you without breaking the golden rule. Are you worried?
The golden rule. That's the least of my worries. The gods may be cruel, but Malleolus and Claudia are far crueler.
Dívej se na mě, když se mnou mluvíš.
Please, just leave me alone.
Ale já vím, že ona si to vzala
I don't
sama.
want to talk about it. Persistent as Nemesis, aren't you? I can tell you, but it's a long saga.
I have all the time in the world.
I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did.
Thinking you'd be out of here before you ever had to pay back, no?
I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years.
30 let!
But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was?
No samozřejmě.
Hemlock.
Hemlock?
It's a deadly poison made from a plant.
To je to, co jsi teď vzala.
Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cruel black eyes and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning.
No evidentně ne, nerozbilo by to Golden Rule.
Of course. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the Golden Rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those deaths, so he locked me in his villa. Confiscated everything I owned as collateral, and made me wear immodest, humiliating outfits while I worked day in, day out. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She sent me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot." Those two took everything from me. But they forgot to confiscate one thing. My hemlock. I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it. I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid.
Ale ne.
When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution. Honestly, it would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course. I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape. At least until someone breaks the golden rule. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
I have a better idea. How much would it cost to buy our freedom? You're thinking of breaking it, are you?
A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelius set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now.
Nah.
If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him. I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but thank you.
I'll get right on it.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Jo.
Ove.
Jak se tam mám dostat? Tudy je to možná rychlejší. Furt tam je. Potřeboval bych tady nějaký jetpack. Kdo? Jus? Ulpiusy! Ulpiji! Já.
Salve, friend.
Já vím.
Can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius.
That's the
What?
Why? I'm
Help.
Good luck on it.
Thank you.
If you're trying to make it easier for me to build up the nerve, it's working. Let me guess.
No, I think you have the right to die if you're suffering badly enough.
Don't you think I know that? But why should I care? You know about that? How is that? Well, you don't understand. It's too late. If I backed out now.
I've already saved Julia's life, and I like to help you too. Lucretia was able to get some syphilis in time to save her life. Já jsem jí takhle.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Možná.
No. No. Time's up. I am out.
Kurva.
Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Kolik mám peněz? Jakoby skoro.
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been.
Jo. Můžu zkusit Sentinela tady?
Oi! Hey, Horatius. How's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into
Citizen, we're finally alone. I assume we have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time. I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over.
Look.
Is that about right?
I broke it.
You broke it? Why in Pluto's name would you do that? Well, it seems you failed spectacularly. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason?
Can we talk about who's going to break? I was hoping to ask you some question about my investigation.
Ask then.
Tak ne. What's your story?
Thank you.
Dobře, každopádně. Tady to pro dnešek zapíchneme, příště to zkusíme znova, tuhle tu část. Zachránit Julii, snažit se zachránit Ulpiuse tadyhle s tím, že se pokusím někde nakrást dost peněz, abych jim mohl dát 2000 denárů a být jako dobrý. No, uvidíme co dál, jako je toho tady ještě, a já jsem to tady furt neprozkoumal celý, jo. Já jsem se zasek na tom tržišti, který už teda snad jsem prozkoumal jako celý, ale tamhle je ještě nějaký to. Au.
Citizen.
Čus. Tam bych nechtěl spadnout. Se mě nepustí socha. Jo, ať se snažím, jak se snažím. A tadyhle ještě něco je, tam jsem ještě, no. Oh. 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 Denáry. Possible last bottle of wine in the city? Ah. May the gods be kinder to you than they were to us, stranger. Jo, nekoukejte na mě furt. Čau. Kam jsem se to dostal? Tam. Nekoukej na mě tak. Possibly the last bottle of wine in the city. No tak hlavně, že už mám druhou. Kámo, kam jsem to zales? The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Read 10 graffitis. Note from Livia. The place is called Accursed. Here Titios offers up his innards to be torn, stretched out over 9 fields. You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and yet the tree you grasp at eludes you. You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns. Jigson turns and follows after himself and flees. And 49 Bellides who dare to plot the destruction of their cousins, their husbands, fetch again with incessant labor the water they have lost. Cryptic, almost poetic rambling from Livia. Huh. Ah. If only they could support my weight. A jak to mám udělat? Aby mohli supportovat my weight. Já to tady chci všechno strašně prozkoumat, ale zároveň... Jo, to je tohle, no, okay. No, tak to mám radost. Tak jo... Tady. Dobře. A tu... Jo, a vylezu tady. Super, to je dobrý vědět. Looks like Domitius was carrying his shield with him when he arrived in the city. Dice Tower. A medical dice tower designed to stop people from cheating when rolling dice. Clearly cheating must be a problem among Romans. Theophilus had an he's appointed all of them equally. Ok, to už jsem četl v těch lázních. Je to zvláštní věc, co si nechat zrovna jako u postele, u hlavy.
Lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Aurelia. Let the buyer beware. No, super. A large wooden beer cake with an built-in cup holder.
Malleolus for a free drink at my tavern.
Nah. I don't think I will. The only way out is... To se nedozvíme. No, každopádně, tady to pro dnešek zapíchneme. Bol. Ratios, ty vole. Jako... Tady cápci nemají zrovna moc peněz. Zrovna ty, co jsou jakože strážní, nebo tamhle druhý cápek je gladiátor. Příště prozkoumáme tuhle díru teda ještě, pokecáme si tadyhle s Liví, tadyhle s paní Aurelií.
I love your clothes. So exotic.
Jo, já vím, ježišmarja, co to je.
Stay away from my money.
Když ne? Locked? Jo, já ani nemůžu. Máš tam hodně peněz? Jo, to se počítá jako steal. Škoda. Tady to pro dnešek teda zapíchnem. Ježišmarja, už jedu přes půl hodiny díl, než bych měl. Jo, prozkoumáme to tady a pak se podíváme znova na ten díl, co je s Julií a Ulpiem. A třeba to konečně vyřešíme. Peníze už pro ně mám snad, ne? No, skoro. Ale když to vykradu tady, no jenomže já pak budu potřebovat tu léčivou píču. Ne, já ho nemusím krát znova, no tak pohodinda. Takže se uvidíme příště a do té doby zatím čus.